How's this camp experience this spring differing at all from what you went through last spring beyond the added protocols and the safety measurements?
Beyond the safety measures, there's not a whole lot that's different. I mean, the safety measures do put definitely a spin on things, but as far as the work that we're getting done and just the overall feel and morale right now, it feels about the same. So I think everyone's just excited to be here and playing baseball again.
John Mioli, you're up.
Adley, this is a year to the day since you were sent over to minor league camp last year. I know the ensuing year didn't turn out the way anyone thought that it would have. But how are you a different or better player since in that last year?
I think the alternate site helped quite a bit. Just being able to get those 3 months in of work, facing pitchers live again and being able to catch some of the guys over there helped a lot. So as far as that goes, I'd like to think that some of the stuff we're trying to do as far as pitch calling, controlling the game, and just having those 3 months of being able to work on my swing and whatnot, I'd just like to think I'm an overall better player from that.
Dan Connolly, you're up.
Hey, Adley. There's a lot of talk, speculation on, when you're going to be able to debut in the majors, 2021, 2022. And, there's a lot of question about development and things of that nature. How much more development would you like to get? I mean, how much do you think that can really help your game as you go along?
That's a tough question. Whenever people ask me, when do I think I should debut? When do I think, or what's my timeline? What do I think it should be? For me, it's always going to be the same. I'm going to control what I can control. And I'd like to think I could compete at any level that you put me at, just because of who I am. And I'd like to think I'm a competitive person and can do those things. But I don't really know what my timeline looks like. I'm just here to play baseball and get better every day.
Nathan Ruiz, you're up.
Hey, Adley, I know it's not exactly been in the format you would hope, as was mentioned, but just what are your impressions of this organization and the other players in it and just the direction things are heading?
Yeah, I think everyone here is happy to be here, is happy to be playing again. And just as far as the personalities we have on the team, I've been very fortunate to be a part of this organization so far and to be with some of the high quality character people we have right now running the organization, both players and coaches and people part of the development process for all of the guys coming up and the guys in the big leagues right now. So I think there's I guess just a good constant wave trending upward right now as far as from the bottom to the top. And I think just the guys that we have right now feel fortunate to be playing again, and just a lot of high quality character people right now.
Steve Molesky, you're up.
Adley, of all the things a catcher can do to help his pitcher, where do you rank pitch calling, and how has that kind of evolved for you over the years? How have you gotten better?
I think the biggest thing as far as that goes is knowing the pitcher, pitching their strengths, and then there's a lot of new analytics coming out about each individual pitcher, and then the weaknesses of the guys that we're facing. So it's just a combination of knowing the opponent, knowing your pitcher, and just getting comfortable with that process. So yeah, and it's very important.
David Laurila, you're up.
Hey, Adley. This question was posed to Spencer Torkelson a few days ago, and I think it's a good one for you as well. Is what allows you to slow the game down?
That's a good question. I think the most important thing for me is understanding, having the ability to be able to step back from the game and just realizing how fortunate you are to be able to play the game, I think puts everything in perspective first and foremost. So you're able to step back and just see everything as an opportunity as opposed to, a pressure situation. So I think that's the first thing. And then just being able to control your mind and your body at the time, being able to relax and breathe, I guess.
A different answer than Spencer gave, but a good answer.
Rich Dubroff, you're up.
Hey, Adley, last year you got to catch over at the site DL Hall, Grayson Rodriguez. This year they even put you with a knuckleballer during a game. How comfortable are you? How well do you know? You feel you know the pitchers in the organization right now and how they work?
I think I'm definitely getting a better sense for each guy coming up right now. Every single time I catch someone, you learn a little bit more about them. So just having, like I said, having the time at the alternate site last year and then having the time right now to catch bullpens and whatnot and catch guys in games, everything helps. And I think we're definitely moving in the right direction.
Mark Viviano, you're up.
Hey, Adley, I think from day one, we've asked you about, the fans looking at you as sort of the, highly anticipated arrival of one day. Since then, have you grown more comfortable with that sort of status in the eyes of the fans? And are you hearing that, given that the pandemic has kind of separated you from the folks?
Yeah, I think my mindset's always been the same. Control what you can control. So as far as any labels that could put on me, I'm going to, go at it with the same mindset that I always have. And I think it's a very fortunate and humbling position to be in, have people say that. But, I think it gets easier every day. Every single day that I'm here playing baseball, it gets a little easier. So, and yeah, it has been tough not being able to have that interaction with the fans like, a year and a half ago or whatnot. So yeah, I'll look forward to the day that we get more interaction again.
Joe Trezza, you're up.
Adley, what was your off season like? And were there any things that you guys did or that the Orioles did with you during the shutdown, maybe on the mental side of the game, that you brought into this off season and continued doing?
Yeah. Can you repeat the first part of the question again?
It was simple. It was just, what was your off season like?
Okay. Yeah,
so
yeah.
So where were you? What did you work on? That kind of thing.
Yeah. So I was up in Oregon, working out up there. And just as far as what we were doing in the off season, we started it during the quarantine time in March last year, but we did a lot of mindfulness stuff, book club. And I think having that interaction during that time really helped a lot. A lot of guys got into meditation and different breathing techniques. So that's kind of part of slowing the game down for us. And I think a lot of guys are carrying that into now. Yeah.
Paul Mancano, you're up.
Hey, Adley, as mentioned, you got to work with Grayson Rodriguez and DL Hall and some of the top pitching prospects in the system at the alternate site. Were there any in particular that you felt like you clicked with, getting to catch some of those top prospects?
They're all good guys, and each one of them, I think, brought a lot to the table and got a lot better during that time. It was a lot of good pitching, and yeah. So I mean, everyone stands out in their own way, but yeah, I think everyone's gonna have their time.
John Mioli with a follow-up.
Adley, even with all the alternate site stuff and training on your own, you probably had a lot more time on your hands than you ever have before. Is there anything non-baseball wise that you took up hobbies or tried to get better at that you filled your time with?
I mean, not a whole lot. In Oregon, there's a lot of time for golf and hiking, I guess, but nothing really new or out of the ordinary.
Time for one final question. Dan Connolly, go ahead.
No ballroom dancing?
I mean, not with COVID going on, but maybe one day eventually.
I'm just kidding. As far as the catching Janice, what was that like? And you called him a couple different sides and stuff, but what was it like, getting into a game and catching a knuckleballer?
It was a little different. So I had one bullpen before catching him in the game, and I definitely wasn't feeling comfortable after that bullpen is a little bit of a humbling experience. So I didn't know how the game was going to go, but ended up going good, and he pitched great. So it was a bonus both ways.